Greg team, back at it again. Welcome to episode 85. Thank you to people who watch me for the first time. Hope you like the video. Go back and watch my other videos. You might find something you like. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since the beginning. I truly appreciate you guys for sticking around, watching my videos, liking and commenting and all that good stuff. Thank you. Continue to do so. Like I said, this is episode 85. Today's episode is going to be near and dear to my heart. We'll be talking about video games. It's going to be my favorite video games for every system that I liked. I'm only picking one game because this video would be like forever if I did more than one game. But one video game from every system that I've actually owned. And I'm not going to be talking about any systems that I didn't own. Like I never had the original Xbox. I never had a PS1. There's just a couple I never had a PS5 or the new Xbox, so those systems won't be on this list, but it'll be all the systems that I've actually physically owned in my life, and one game from each system that I really like for each system. So the first system that I'm going to talk about is going to be the Atari 2600. I remember we had an Atari 2600 when I was like 5 or 6 years old. Yes, I'm pretty old. I'm 43, so I've been around for a while. So I've been playing video games since I was like 5 or 6, like I said. And the first game I remember playing was Breakout. It's a game that has like blocks at the top of the screen, and you have to use a ball and a paddle to get rid of all the blocks. It was fun. For a little kid, that was a fun game for me, and that was the game that got me hooked on video games. Breakout for the Atari 2600. The next system I got was Nintendo. There's so many games to choose from Nintendo, from Double Dragon to Mario 3 to Zelda. But the game that I loved the most off of Nintendo was Battletoads. That game was so hard, and when I finally beat it, I was super satisfied. I was happy that I beat it. One of the hardest games I played for Nintendo. A great game. The graphics were good, way ahead of its time. Just an overall fantastic game. So Battletoads is my favorite game for the Nintendo. The next system I had was a Super Nintendo. So many games again for this system, and I had to choose one between Mario Kart, Super Mario World, and I chose Zelda: Link to the Past. One of my favorite games of all time. I love that game. The gameplay was fantastic. Remind me of Zelda 1. You got so many items, so many stories. The storyline was fantastic. There's a dark world and a light world. It was just an overall great game, and it was very satisfying to beat also. So Zelda: Link to the Past for Super Nintendo. For the Sega Genesis, which I had, I chose Mortal Kombat only because it was the blood code was in Mortal Kombat for Sega Genesis. I played the one for Super Nintendo and I wasn't satisfied because it didn't have any blood. So I played Mortal Kombat for Sega all the time. It was like probably my go-to game for the Sega Genesis, that and Street Fighter. But Mortal Kombat for Sega Genesis was my favorite game for Sega. I also had a TurboGrafx 16, which a lot of people didn't have. It's a quick story for this. Me and my mom was at a strip mall, and they had the TurboGrafx for like $30 with Keith something in Alpha Flight. That was the game that came with it. The messed up thing about the TurboGrafx 16, there was nowhere to buy games. Like, we went to every store and couldn't find it anywhere. But a friend of mine, he had Bonk's Adventure and Bonk's Revenge, and he gave them to me for nothing. So I played the shit out of both of those games, and I love Bonk's Adventure. That was my favorite game for the TurboGrafx 16. I never played any other games besides those 3 games, but Bonk's Adventures was my favorite game for the TurboGrafx. The next system I got was the Nintendo 64. Again, Nintendo had so many games at the time, it was hard to narrow it down. I could have went with the Mario. I could have went with Mario Kart, but I went with GoldenEye because I played the shit out of this game when I was in the Air Force. That was my go-to game. I played it every night. I beat it on the hardest level. It took me forever, but I finally did it. Fantastic game for its time. It started the multiplayer shooter genre, I guess you could say. Fantastic game. So GoldenEye was definitely the best game for Nintendo 64 in my opinion. My next system was the Dreamcast. Another system with a lot of games, a lot of good games, from 2K, NBA 2K to all the fighting games, but I chose Shenmue, which was ahead of its time by miles. The gameplay was amazing. The open world was pretty good. Everything about like, the colors and the voice acting and everything about the game was fantastic. I was highly immersed in that game when it came out. So Shenmue for Dreamcast. My next system was the PS2, and hands down it was Kingdom Hearts. That was my favorite game for PS2. I played that game and I beat it, and it was a hard game to be like a Disney game, supposedly a kids game also. So Kingdom Hearts was definitely my PS2 game, even though PS2 has so many good games. My next system was the Nintendo Wii. This wasn't my favorite game. But it was the game that gave me the most memories because I played with my kids all the time. The Michael Jackson Experience, the game. That game was fun. It was real fun. It had the Michael Jackson songs, and you can unlock different songs. We used to have battles with the kids or whatever. It was definitely an experience. It was definitely a family thing. It actually came with the Michael Jackson glove too, which was funny. But that's definitely I could have named a bunch of games that I like the Mario Kart, of course, or the Punch Out, which I played a lot. But the Mario Jackson Experience game just gave me too many memories that I couldn't forget about it. So Michael Jackson Experience for the Nintendo Wii. My next system was the Xbox 360, and hands down it was Fable 2. I played that game damn near every day when it came out, and I love the sequels. I even got the motion censored one, which sucked, but I love Fable. Fable 2 was probably the game I played the most for the 360. I love the story. I love the whole you could be a good guy or a bad guy. I love all the little extra tasks that you had to do and all that stuff. So Fable 2. Next was PS3. GTA 4 I played on PS3 a lot. So I had to, even though they had it for Xbox, I'll say GTA 4 for PS3. Xbox One, Far Cry Primal. I know a lot of people didn't like that game. I love the game because it was different from the other games. You can ride a fucking woolly mammoth and a saber-toothed tiger. It was a good game. I truly enjoyed that game. One of my favorite Xbox games, Far Cry Primal. The next game was Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. A lot of people didn't like that game either because it felt unfinished. But that was one of the games that I played all the time on PS4. It was a real good game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was probably one of the first Metal Gear games that I played. I actually played all the way through, and I didn't beat it, but I got pretty close to the end until I got pretty bored with it. But that was the game that I played the most on PS4, Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. And the last system that I own, Nintendo Switch. I could have went with Zelda. I could have went with any of the Mario games, but I went with Super Smash Brothers. It's a good game. I like the story mode, and I like playing Super Smash Brothers with my kids and with other people. When I worked at 2K, it was a game that everybody played in the break room. So I got a lot of memories from Super Smash Brothers. It's a real good game. I still play it right to this day too. That's my list. Like I said, I don't have the new Xbox or the new PlayStation, or I didn't have the original Xbox. So there was a couple systems that I didn't have. But those are the games that I like for each of the systems that I have. Let me know what you think about my list. What's on your list? Just one game. You don't have to name every game because there's so many, like I said, for each of these systems. Just let me know yours. That's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. You could have been on anybody else's channel and decided to watch mine for a couple minutes, and I truly appreciate it. Hope you liked the video. Hope you like and subscribe and comment. Get at me with your comments or whatever, and I'll get back at you. Thank you guys for watching again. Later.